Being a celebrity can have its privileges. Today, we're counting down the top 10 celebs who avoided jail time because of who they are. January 2014, Justin Bieber was arrested by Miami Beach police alongside his friend, singer Khalil. They were arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence, driving with an expired license longer than 6 months, and resisting arrest. Police said that Justin admitted to having alcohol, marijuana, and prescription drugs in his system. With a plea deal, Justin was only required to take anger management classes and donate to charity. In June of the same year, Justin was found guilty of careless driving in Canada, but was only fined $600 for the offense. Snoop Dogg was arrested at the Bob Hope International Airport in 2006 after being pulled over for car violations. During the stop, officers found a gun and pot in his car, which led to his arrest. This happened a few weeks after he had a baton in his hand luggage at a different airport. Snoop pleaded no contest to both weapons charges. In the case of the baton, Snoop received 3 years of probation and 160 hours of community service. For the gun and the pot, he avoided jail and received a 3-year suspended sentence, 5 more years of probation, and 800 hours of community service. At the time, his attorney said, Snoop recognizes he got a great plea deal from prosecutors. He's going to make sure nothing interferes with keeping his part of the bargain. He's relieved and glad this case is behind him. Paris Hilton has had quite a few run-ins with the police. In September 2006, she was arrested by LAPD and charged with a DUI. Her license was suspended, given 36 months probation and a fine of $1,500. In August 2010, Paris was arrested in Las Vegas on suspicion of cocaine possession. To avoid a felony conviction, Paris pleaded guilty to 2 misdemeanors. She was sentenced to 1 year of probation, 200 hours of community service, a completion of a drug abuse treatment program, and a fine of $2,000. Regarding her avoidance of jail time, a Las Vegas attorney said if she was arrested for anything besides a minor traffic violation, she will spend a year in jail. There will be no discussion. The court will have no discretion. Chris Brown has had a good amount of legal trouble, but hasn't spent much time actually in prison. In 2009, he was charged with 2 felonies after assaulting his then-girlfriend, Rihanna. She was hospitalized and canceled her Grammy performance. Chris was only given 5 years probation, 6 months community service, and 1 year of domestic violence counseling. In October 2013, Chris was arrested outside a DC club after a physical altercation. He violated probation because of the attack and was only given more community service hours and mandatory anger management rehab. In December 2001, Winona Ryder was arrested for shoplifting in Beverly Hills, California. She was accused of stealing $5,500 worth of clothes at Saks Fifth Avenue. Winona was convicted of grand theft, but acquitted on burglary charges. She was sentenced to 3 years of probation, 480 hours of community service, $3,700 in fines, and $6,355 in restitution to Saks Fifth Avenue. She was also made to attend psychological counseling and drug counseling. Winona explained that a crooked doctor prescribed her medication that clouded her judgment. The doctor later had his medical license revoked. Charlie Sheen was arrested on Christmas Day in 2009 for assaulting his then-wife, Brooke Mueller, in Aspen, Colorado. He was released the same day from jail after posting an $8,500 bond. Charlie was charged with felony menacing, third-degree assault, and criminal mischief. He hired a lawyer who previously defended O.J. Simpson and pleaded guilty to misdemeanor assault as part of a plea bargain which dismissed the other charges against him. Charlie was sentenced to only 30 days probation, 30 days in a drug rehab center, and 36 hours of anger management. In August 1987, Matthew Broderick was vacationing in Northern Ireland with his then-girlfriend, Jennifer Grey, in a rented BMW when he collided with another vehicle head-on. The driver and the passenger of the other car were killed instantly. He suffered from a broken leg and ribs and a concussion. Jennifer's injuries included whiplash, which required surgery to avoid paralysis. Matthew was initially charged with causing death by dangerous driving and faced 5 years in prison, but was convicted of careless driving and fined only $175. The victim's family called the verdict a travesty of justice. In 1977, director Roman Polanski was arrested and charged with drugging and raping a 13-year-old girl. He pleaded guilty to the lesser offense of unlawful sex with a minor. A year later, he learned that the judge was going to deny his plea deal and give him prison time instead. In response, Roman fled to Paris. A number of other women have also accused Roman of raping them as well. Despite his crime, he continues to film movies to critical acclaim. He hasn't returned to the United States and rarely leaves France, as he would face extradition and charges. Mel Gibson was arrested for drunk driving in 2006. While he was being cited for speeding with an open container of alcohol, Mel went on a racist rant at the officer. Despite it being his second DUI, Mel was given 3 years probation, 1 year of alcohol abuse treatment, a fine, and 90 days suspension of his license. In 2011, he pleaded no contest to a misdemeanor count of domestic battery against his then-girlfriend, Oksana Grigorieva, from a year earlier. Mel was sentenced to 3 years probation, a year-long domestic violence counseling program, and community service. Ex-NFL player O.J. Simpson was acquitted of the murder of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend Ron Goldman in 1995 in a complete media circus. The trial was televised live from the courtroom, and an estimated 100 million people watched. Because of the high profile of O.J. and the media frenzy surrounding the case, many believed that this affected the not guilty verdict that O.J. received.